Hi, I'm Richard Pink, co-owner of Pink's Hot Dogs, a Hollywood legend since 1939. We've been at this very location for 81 years, serving up scrumptious, sizzling, steaming hot dogs with 40 different kinds of toppings, 12 different kinds of burgers and fries and rings. Whatever your heart desires, you can get it at Pink's. I can assure you that. And this is what the front looks like with the line that's typical. To my parents who opened Pink's 1939 with a little push cart. All right,
the Americans
so come on through.
Excuse me.
All right. Here, I'll tell you what told me when you see Yolanda immortalizing culinary anarchy in mustard. She's a mustard expert. She got one dog to go.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Richard.
Make it look as good as possible on our longest hot dog, which is a 12-inch jalapeno dog filled with jalapenos.
I love this.
We got that as one of our spicy dogs. The other one is called the spicy Polish, which they say will turn your eyeballs to sprinklers. I mean, you know. So there you go. Our dedication to culinary anarchy.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Bravo.
Yeah, I'm going to make you eat that one.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to eat. I'm getting out of y'all's way and not doing that.
We got over 200 photos of celebrities, television, music, TV, movies that have dined in Pink's.
Well, if this meeting goes well today, I may have my photo up here one day.
Take a
So.
look here. Steve Martin, who came in here just looking for a place to sit down, opened a tray of hot dogs. Queen Latifah. Now, on our show, we dedicated a hot dog to Carl Reiner, which is now on the menu, the Carl Reiner dog, which is mustard and sauerkraut, because he loves the New York thing. Then Katy Perry, who just happened to be dropping by, came in for a hot dog along with James Corden. And then Oprah, now we've served at Oprah's birthday party a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
She likes the spicy Polish dog. She says whenever she eats that, she goes into a happy dance. And then Quentin Tarantino, we served at his birthday. And then here is somebody from Japan. We have international visitors coming here all the time because they read about us, see us on television, and so forth.
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's fabulous. JoJo Siwa, which is voted one of the 50 most influential people under 20 in the United States. She served here for our 80th anniversary. She worked behind the counter.
Oh, very cool.
And of course, Snoop Dogg, the dog. Giada De Laurentiis, the chef, created her own hot dog here at Pink's. It's called the Giada De Laurentiis dog.
Betty White.
Right, Betty White. She has her own dog here. It's called the Naked Dog. It says Betty White gets naked at Pink's.
Very cute. My mom would love the Stevie Nicks one.
Site where we are located right now was available to rent for $15 a month. My parents went into business with that card, and the hot dogs were 10 cents, the Cokes were a nickel, but when they set up the cart, there was no electricity on the site. And what they did, they went to a nearby hardware store that was located about 100 yards away from where Pink's is, went in there and said, how can we start up this electric cart? He says, I'll tell you what, I'll sell you an extension cord that'll go from the cart all the way into my outlet here if you guys want to buy that extension cord. And that's how they fired up Pink's for the first 2 years of its existence with a 100-yard extension cord. 2 years later, they're in business. All of a sudden, the landlord says, wait a minute, I think I can get a little more rent. It was 1941. He raised their rent from $15 a month to $25 a month. You want to do the calculation, that's a 67% increase. Yeah. So my parents said, oh my God, we can't afford $25 a month in rent. And so fortunately, there was a Bank of America branch located across the street from Pink's. They went over to the bank manager and they said, we need a loan. He says, well, how much do you need? He says, well, I think we can buy this land for about $4,000. He said, well, what kind of collateral do you have? My parents said, we don't have any collateral. We got a good hot dog. We got a good hot dog cart, but there's no collateral because we don't own anything. He said, I'll tell you what, I don't want you to move. I love your hot dog. I eat there every day for lunch. So I'll tell you what, I'll loan you the $4,000 and I'll take a risk on you. Loan them the $4,000. They bought the property, and to celebrate, hold on,
It's LA, man.
All right, and to celebrate, what they did was they put a little awning over their hot dog cart, and that's the way it remained until 1946. Along comes a cousin of my parents, and he said, I'll tell you what, I want to go into the construction business. I got to prove I can build something. I'll build you a hot dog stand on this site here at cost if you give me the assignment to do that. And he did. And in 1946, he built the very stand that you see standing here today.
Very cool.
So all this time, they're doing some business. They were selling, maybe they were lucky to sell 100, 200 hot dogs a day. Today we sell over 1,500 hot dogs a day.
Damn.
So, as my dad always said, after 40 years, you begin to make a few bucks.
That's the restaurant industry.
But what was interesting is that Pink's is surrounded by the studios. You got Paramount Studios nearby, you got Universal, you got Disney, you got Fox. And when these people that wanted to get in the movie industry started coming out to LA, they didn't have any money, they would come to Pink's, and they heard that some of the famous producers and directors used to eat at Pink's, so they tapped their picture, they tapped their picture up on the wall here, hoping to get discovered. And that's how the Pink Celebrity Wall of Fame got discovered.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
This happens to be the Puerto Vallarta dog. It's topped with 7 onion rings, jalapeno peppers, sour cream, chopped tomatoes. This one is the Philly cheesesteak dog. That's topped with grilled steak, American cheese, Swiss cheese, and vegetables underneath the cheese. This is the Marlon Brando dog. He used to come here with his kids, and he used to have a 9-inch stretch chili cheese dog with mustard, onions, chili, and shredded cheese. And then here's the Martha Stewart dog. She had her own dog. She says, look, if I'm going to eat at your place, I want my own hot dog on the menu. And that's got bacon, sauerkraut, relish, and sour cream. And these are 4 of our top dogs, but we got 40 dogs on the menu. And of course, French fries and onion rings. We got all bottled drinks because we're still old-fashioned here at Pink's. So I got a pineapple, you got the Sprite, you got the strawberry. So there we go.
Now, I know you do a ton of public service work. Tell me how Pink's got involved in that and why you think that's such a key part of your success as a brand.
Well, I'll tell you, we have a very limited budget here at Pink's for marketing or advertising. So I said the way to really get the word out is maybe what we'll do is chili dogs for charity. And so what we did in each anniversary, going back to our 65th anniversary, is that we would invite a celebrity each night of the anniversary. So for the 65th, we celebrated Chili Dogs for Charity by selling hot dogs for 65 cents for 65 a minute from November 6th for 6 days. Each night we'd have a different celebrity come out and we'd give 100% of the proceeds to that celebrity for their favorite charity. It turned out that television picked that up and they got us the publicity that we needed in exchange for the charity that we did. And so as a result of just having a business that catered to the first 3-4 miles that surround us, that with television, the word got out to Orange County, Ventura County, and you know, the surrounding Southern California area, and people started coming and they said, you know, we heard about this Pinks, but they also do all this charity work. I think that's great. So that's helped to build our business. Then eventually what had happened is that when cable television got in, cable television were doing shows like this. They were doing, you know, hot dogs across America. Where do the celebrities eat hot dogs in LA? And that would go out nationally and internationally. And so that helped to build our business, and that's why we have a line today that can sometimes stretch an hour and a half, because people come in from all over the country. This couple over here came in from Reno. You just heard about that. And so that's how charity helped to build the Pinks brand.
Now, one more question before we start to eat. How is it that you're able to maintain a genuine stance with the brand while still being relevant? Because you're such an icon, but at the same time, you don't want to get, I guess, redundant, and you want to stay fresh in people's minds. So how do you find that balance?
Well, first of all, what I think is that I want people to always be able to come here and find a new hot dog. So I sort of made it a goal to create a new hot dog or a new hamburger every month. And I replace those that don't sell so well with a new one that comes up. So I believe that innovation even has a place with hot dogs.
So even after all this time, you're still playing around in the kitchen and coming up with new ideas and things like this.
I want my customers to have fun, and I want to have fun. So I stay engaged and enjoy the business. And as far as staying relevant, you know, hot dogs are pretty much ageless.
Yeah.
I mean, people have been eating hot dogs for 125 years. You know, it isn't just a National Hot Dog Month like July. It's throughout the year. It's a finger food. It's a fun food. It's a food for the entire family. And, you know, at Pinks, we build a lot of memories of families that have been coming here for years.
Oh, absolutely. Well, very cool. Thank you so much for having us, Richard. You're definitely a legend in the industry, and yeah, hopefully my readers will pay attention and come down and see this place. It's definitely a food mecca. It's definitely a place that if you're ever going to come to LA, you got to come here and try it. Even if you're not into hot dogs, it's worth it. Food's great. People are great. So, generosity. Again, thank you so much, man.
All right, well, now it's time to dig in.
Now it's time to actually eat.
It's time to finally eat, okay? A lot of people say, you know, your brand name is a Hollywood legend since 1939, but I like to call us the Little Hot Dog Stand, the Good.
Very cool.
All right, let's dig in.
Oh, man. I got to try